Hi everyone, my name is Lori and I wanted to share a little bit of my journey with you. I'm 47 years old, I have 2 daughters and 2 grandbabies, which is awesome, I love it. And I've been married to my husband for 25 years. What first started off was I didn't really have a weight problem, but I had a low self-esteem problem, a low self-image. I could look at myself and just not be happy with what I was, with who I was. And I started popping diet pills, and I would not eat, and I would make myself throw up, and I would do the next magic pill or magic fad that was out there just to see if that would help me feel better about myself. But what I wasn't doing was I wasn't looking on the inside. Well, then I started to go to parties and I would start drinking, and when I started drinking, I could mask that fear. I could go ahead and cover that up, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I can do this, so people won't know how scared I am. I could just go ahead and have a good time and not worry about anything. But the problem was when I started drinking, it would come back again. The fear would come back, so I would start drinking more. And it escalated to the point where that's all I thought about. I wanted to drink all the time. I woke up in the morning and I wanted to have a drink. When we ran out of alcohol, I was upset and I was like, we need to get more. And when my husband would go out to a meeting or go do something or go to work, I would drink as fast as I could, as much as I could before he got home. I would hide the bottles and the cans so he couldn't find them. I would drink the cooking sherry. I would go ahead and drink some vodka and water it down so he wouldn't know that I had any. And it started to become a problem because that's what consumed me. And when it got to the point where I was angry with my family, my daughters telling me that I had enough to drink, I had a feeling that something was going on. So I talked to a friend of mine about it, and she said, Lori, you need to go to a meeting. And I was like, I'm not sure I want to do this. But I did. And it was very, very scary to take that first step. I did go to the meeting, and I was shaking really bad. I was crying because I was scared. And there were people there that knew exactly what I was going through. Their journey was different, but they understood too. So the first few months were really, really hard. All the emotions that I had numbed through alcohol, all of the fear and everything came rushing back to me. I was like, I had masked that fear for so long that I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know who Lori was without the alcohol, and that was scary. That was very scary. So I got better. I had good days and I have bad days, and I still do. But it got better and it got easier, and it came to the point where we went over to a family reunion and I was actually having fun. I was out there dancing and I didn't have a drop of alcohol, and I was like, wow, is this possible? So I was finally being me, somebody who I didn't know for years, and it was amazing. So I decided to take the next step. I saw a picture of myself and I was close to 200 pounds, and I was like, wow, how did I get like that? What happened? So I talked to a friend of mine and she introduced me to Beachbody, and so I went ahead and I bought the 21-day fix and I started that, and that was really hard too. I was really out of shape. I was like, oh my goodness, can I do this? But I did. I made that choice every day to do that. And I started to look in the mirror and I started to see results, and I started to feel better about myself. It wasn't the outside that was the hardest. It was how I felt about myself on the inside. And I can look at myself and start smiling again. I can look at myself and say, you're worth it. I can believe in myself. And it felt amazing because people could tell me all the time how pretty I was or how nice I was and how worth it you are. But if you don't believe it yourself, then you're not going to believe those compliments. So I decided to pay it forward. I talked to my friend and I said, I want to be a coach. I want to help people out. I want them to believe in themselves and know that they can do it, that they can do this journey and we can do it together. And it has been amazing. I still have good days and bad days. I still have to make the choice if I'm going to work out or not. I still have to make the choice if I'm going to drink or not. But one day at a time, I can do this. And I know that through the support of family and friends, I'm not doing it alone. You're not alone. There's so many people out there that can understand what you're going through. It doesn't start with the outside. You can lose all the weight you want, but if you don't love yourself, then how are you going to be happy with being, how are you going to be happy with the weight loss? You need to love yourself as well. So that's a little bit of my journey, and I look forward to what the next chapter in my journey is going to be. And thank you so much for letting me share. It's not easy, but I don't want to go back because I don't live there anymore. And thank you so much for letting me share